Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a great weekend. And in this video, I have some very important charts to go over. And I have five really important charts. Two of them I already talked about in this channel, but if you're new here, I want to go over them as well really quick. Before we go into it, if you like the content, subscribe to the channel, like the video, it really helps a lot. And let's begin. So right here we can see the Bitcoin price, and this indicator we have here is the MACD, and it shows us the overbought and oversold areas. So when these two lines are above the zero right here, we know that we are in the overbought area, and when we go below the zero, we are in the oversold area. And right now we are in the very oversold area, and we're starting to form this red line here, and we don't know how long it will take, but we can see that we already went below the 200 moving average right here, the white line. And if we compare it to the last cycle, we can see that we went below the 200 moving average, and our two lines of the MACD went lower and kind of spent a few months in this area before it went higher. So with that in mind, let's go into the first chart. This one I already talked about in the last video, but I want to go over it really quick because it's really important. So we can see here that every time we go into the purple zone, this is a very good area to start accumulating. And of course, not financial advice. I'm just someone with opinions on Bitcoin on the market. I'm not a licensed financial advisor, and you should always do your own research. Don't listen to anybody on YouTube that, not me, not anybody that tells you, hey, buy here, buy here. Of course not. Do your own research and only then come to your own conclusions about the market, about Bitcoin. And we can see here that when we are in the purple zone, this will be the best area to accumulate. And if we see 2022, we can see we went slightly below this area before the bull market, before it turned around. And if we go here, we can see this is where we are at the moment. We just went below it. So this might be a very good area to start accumulating Bitcoin. And this is a very oversold area. Now, the next chart here, we have the Bitcoin realized price, which I went over as well. But really quick, in every bear cycle, we see Bitcoin go below the realized price. Okay. And right now, we still haven't went below it. So that is something to keep in mind, that Bitcoin might go below 53,000, which is the realized price right now. And this chart just indicates that every bear cycle Bitcoin went below it. It doesn't necessarily mean that we have to go below it right now in this cycle, but we need to keep in mind that it happened in the past. Bitcoin tends to repeat itself in these bear cycles. And the next chart we have here, the Bitcoin 300 week moving average. And another indicator that Bitcoin goes below the 300 moving average, right? It happened in 2011, happened again in 2015, and it happened as well in 2022, right here when we went to 16K. And right now we are in this area right here. We still haven't went below the 300 moving average, which indicates that we are very close to it. We might not go below it, but it's something to keep in mind that we might go below it, and that will indicate the bottom for this cycle. The next chart is the Bitcoin cycle repeat chart. Now, this chart indicates that if we are going to repeat the past cycle, the last Bitcoin bear cycle, then we should go to about 43, 44,000 before we go higher again. And this is, of course, a prediction, it's a speculation. Don't take this as, a fact. Of course, it's just a prediction. And just keep in mind that it might not happen exactly like this, of course, but take all the signals and indicators into consideration when you make your decisions about Bitcoin, about the market. And it's just interesting to see that it might go lower right here because we have the price go below the 200-day moving average, which usually happens. And so it's something to keep in mind. And the last chart is the fear and greed index. We can see that every time we had these red dots here, we are at extreme fear. Right now we are at 15, which is extreme fear area. And we went lower in 2020. We went really low in the fear and greed, as well as 2022. And right now we are at extreme fear again at about 60K. And just something to keep in mind, you have to take all the info, all the data into consideration. Nobody can time the bottom. And it's just really important to understand where we are in the cycle and if the bottom is near. And right now, Bitcoin is at 59. We're going a little bit lower. We might go below the 300 moving average. Bitcoin might go below the realized price, which is around 53,000. So just keep all these things in mind. So these are my views on Bitcoin. If you are not following me on X, feel free to do so. I post there every day. And thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to the channel, comment, leave a like on the video, and I will see you in the next video.